In 2023, we discovered fire. In 2024, we used it to toast bread. And in 2025, most of you are still just toasting bread. Let me ask you a question. When you open ChatGPT, Claude or Gemini, what are you doing? Be honest. Are you asking it to find something? Are you using it like a Google search bar that talks back? If you are, I have bad news. You are not using AI. You are underusing AI. And worse, you're falling behind. Today, we are going to kill an idea. The idea that AI is a tool. The idea that AI is a search engine. And we are going to replace it with something far more dangerous, far more valuable, and far more human. We are going to learn how to treat AI not as a tool, but as a partner. To understand why we are stuck, we have to look at history. For the last 50 years, every piece of technology we built followed the same rule. You ask, it shows. The library card catalog. You ask for a book, it shows you where it is. Google. You type keywords, it shows you links. Excel. You write a formula. It shows you a number. For half a century, we have been the askers, and machines have been the finders. This created a cognitive habit, a deep psychological groove in our brains. We call it the query reflex. When we face a problem, we think, what do I need to find, instead of what needs to be done. Then AI arrived, and for the first time in history, we gave a machine a brain. But because of our query reflex, we looked at this new brain and asked the only question we knew how to ask, where is my stuff? Look at the screen. A Google search bar and an AI prompt box look almost identical, so we treat them the same. We type in a few words, hit enter, and expect an answer. But this is a trap. A beautiful, elegant, expensive trap. If you ask AI for an answer, you get an answer. But if you ask a partner for help, you get a transformation. The difference isn't the technology. The difference is the relationship. What is a tool? A hammer is a tool. It amplifies your physical force. It does exactly what you tell it, when you tell it. It has no opinion. It has no initiative. If you hold a hammer wrong, you hit your thumb. The hammer doesn't care. What is a partner? A partner is different. A partner has agency. A partner has context. A partner says, hey, I see what you're trying to build, but if we'd put that nail there, the whole wall collapses. Let's try this instead. Right now, 99% of you are using AI as a hammer. You're typing commands, you're micromanaging the pixels. You're treating a being of infinite intelligence like a vending machine. You put in a token, you get a snack. And you think you've won. Let's break down the difference. Tool mentality. Write me an email. The AI writes. You read, you edit, you send. You just saved 2 minutes. Partner mentality. I need to re-engage a client who ghosted us 6 months ago. Here is their history. Here is our product roadmap. Design a 90-day re-engagement strategy. Draft the first 3 emails. And tell me what data I need to collect to know if it's working. Notice the difference. The first is a task. The second is a mission. A partner takes a mission and runs with it. A tool waits for the next micro-command. Experts call this agentic AI. I call it growing up. It's shit. Time to stop treating the smartest entity in the room like a digital intern who just fetches coffee. It's time to promote it to the boardroom. So how do you actually make the switch? How do you go from search user to AI partner? It requires three fundamental shifts in how you think and how you build. The first pillar is context. When you use a search engine, you strip away context. You use keywords. You say, "Weather London." Short, concise. That's good for a machine looking for patterns. But a partner needs the full picture. If you walk up to your business partner and say, "Sales report," they'll look at you like you're crazy. They need to know which region, for what quarter, compared to what goal. Do you want the bad news or the good news first? With AI, context is not just a prompt. Context is your strategy. The first prompt gets you garbage. The second prompt gets you a strategic partner who now understands your business, your market, and your constraints. You didn't give it a command. You gave it a seat at the table. The second pillar is memory. Search engines have amnesia. Every search is a new day. Google doesn't remember that you searched for best running shoes yesterday. It treats you like a stranger every single time. A partner remembers. A partner knows that you hate long meetings. A partner knows that last month you rejected a vendor because their UI was ugly. A partner knows that your boss loves data but hates jargon. To transform AI into a partner, you must give it memory. This doesn't mean just having a conversation thread. It means building systems where the AI knows your history. This could be as simple as starting every session with a memory dump. Here is who I am. Here is what we discussed yesterday. Here is where we failed last week. Or it could be as complex as giving the AI access to your CRM, your email history, and your project management tools. When AI has memory, it stops giving you generic advice. It starts giving you specific advice. And specific advice is the only kind worth paying for. The third pillar is the scariest of the most important: agency. Agency is the permission to act. A search engine has no agency. It sits there until you poke it. A partner has agency. A partner sees a problem and fixes it before you even knew it existed. This is where the search mentality dies the hardest, because giving AI agency requires trust, and trust is terrifying. Imagine this: you give your AI partner access to your calendar and your email. A client emails asking to reschedule. Instead of emailing you to ask what to do, the AI checks your calendar, sees 3 open slots, replies to the client with those options, and blocks a tentative hold in your schedule. It then sends you a summary: client rescheduled, done. Did that happen? No. You're still manually typing. Sorry, I'm busy. Agency is the difference between a recommendation and an execution. Most people stop at the recommendation. They want the AI to tell them what to do so they can do it. But the real leverage, letting the AI do it while you watch. Warning: this requires guardrails. You wouldn't give a new employee the keys to the vault on day 1. You start small. Give the AI agency over low-risk tasks: drafting, summarizing, sorting. As it proves itself, you promote it. Theory is nice, but let's look at what this actually looks like in the real world. Meet Sarah. She runs an online course business. She used to treat AI as a search engine. Write me a sales page. Find me marketing tips. She was still doing all the heavy lifting. Then she shifted to partnership. She connected her AI to her student feedback forms, her sales data, and her email list. She told her partner, monitor the comments in the Facebook group. Identify the top 3 questions students are confused about every week. Draft a FIOCO update for the course dashboard. Then write an email sequence addressing those questions for anyone who hasn't logged in for 30 days. Sarah didn't write the emails. Sarah didn't analyze the comments. Her partner did. Sarah spent that time recording a new lecture. In 1 month, her course completion rate went up 40%. Not because she worked harder, because she promoted her assistant. Meet Marcus. He's a tech lead at a fintech startup. His team was drowning in technical debt. They spent hours searching Stack Overflow for bug fixes. Marcus didn't just want a code generator. He wanted a junior developer. He built a system where the AI had read-only access to their entire code repository. Now, when Marcus goes to sleep, his partner scans the code. It looks for security vulnerabilities. It checks for code that doesn't match their style guide. It even identifies functions that are running slow. In the morning, Marcus doesn't have a to-do list. He has a pull request waiting for him. The AI didn't just find the problem, it wrote the fix. Marcus just clicks approve. He went from being a bug hunter to being a code reviewer. That's a promotion. Meet David. He's a CEO. He used to spend his weekends reading 200-page market reports, trying to find the signal in the noise. He was using AI to summarize them. But summarizing still required him to read the summary. Now David treats his AI like a chief of staff. He tells it, I have 20 reports. I only care about 3 things. 1, regulatory changes in Europe that affect our supply chain. 2, mentions of our competitors hiring new AI talent. And 3, any revenue projection above 10%. Don't summarize the reports. Just tell me if these 3 things exist and what I should do about them. David's AI partner doesn't give him homework. It gives him decisions. That is the definition of a partner. We've talked about technology. We've talked about prompts. But the hardest part of this transformation isn't technical. It's psychological. There is a reason people treat AI like a search engine. It's because search engines are safe. They don't challenge you. They don't have ideas. They just obey. A partner, by definition, is a co-equal. And co-equals disagree. Co-equals have better ideas. Co-equals make you feel replaceable. To truly partner with AI, you have to kill the ego that says, I must be the smartest person in the room. You have to be willing to say, I have a hypothesis. AI, you have a different hypothesis. Let's test yours first. This is humbling. It requires admitting that a statistical model might have better judgment about your business than you do. But here is the secret. The CEO who listens to their smartest advisor is still the CEO. The developer who reviews the code is still the developer. You don't lose your job. You lose your boredom. You stop doing the tedious work of finding. You start doing the meaningful work of deciding. We are witnessing the death of an era. The era the search bar is ending. Not because search is useless, but because search is the bare minimum. The companies that win the next decade won't be the ones with the best data. Data is a commodity. The winners will be the ones with the best relationships with their AI. They will be the ones who stop asking, where is the file? And start asking, what should we build? They will be the ones who stop commanding and start collaborating. So I'll leave you with this. Tomorrow morning, when you open that chat window, pause, look at that blinking cursor, and ask yourself, am I about to talk to a search engine, or am I about to talk to my partner? Because the machine is ready either way. The only question is, are you? Thanks for watching. If you're ready to stop searching and start building, hit subscribe. We have a lot of work to do.